wabarakatuh. Welcome to our Khadim class. This is a new Muslims class, level 1, where we talk about the introductions of Islam as a foundations for the not yet Muslims, those who want to know about Islam, and those who want to learn about Islam from the foundation, right? Normally, this class is conducted by Ustad Sharif, I think, right? Ustad Sharif, yeah. So I think today he's not free. My name is Adam Wu. I'm a revert as well. I embraced Islam in 2006, alhamdulillah, here in this place with Sheikh Hussein Yi. So we have a website where we use as a guide, as a reference to go through. And today we're gonna cover this very short chapters called Islam Covers All Aspects of Life, right? The class will be streamed live. So if you, for those first timer or you want to go back to the previous classes, you can always go to YouTube, right? AK Youth, I think, AKY, Al Khadim Youth. Yeah, just search for Al Khadim Youth, AKY Media or something like that. Then you'll be able to go back and watch the previous classes, inshallah. Before we start, any questions from the floor that you want to ask? Any questions? Nicholas? No, don't know yet. Okay. Because otherwise I will ask question. No. Any questions? No? Okay. So let's do this very informal. So when we go through, if you have any questions, just raise your hand. So we don't have to like go through the class and then have Q&A. Any questions? Ask, okay? So that we can have an interactive conversation here. So we are here to learn. So don't be shy. Shall we start? Inshallah? All right. Bismillah. So you will read here, I will read here. Islam covers all aspects of life. Islam is not only a spiritual need fulfilled by Muslim in mosque through prayers and supplication, nor is it a mere set of views and beliefs espoused by its adherents, nor is it merely a comprehensive economic system, nor is it simply a set of rules, principles for building society and a system, nor is it only a set of moral values and manners for dealing with others. Rather, it is a comprehensive way of life which covers all aspects of life without exception. So this is a long paragraph. So basically, what we are saying, what it is saying is, Islam is not like what most people think, that it is a religion where you only practice in the mosque. You go to the masjid and then you pray, you supplicate, and then when you come out from the masjid, and you go back to do whatever you want. So that's not Islam. Or it is not also a theory, a theory that we talk about, a philosophical thinking, talk about God, talk about, logical thinking, something that, up for debate, Or it is not also a set of rules that human create, and we said, oh, this is supposed to be the right thing to do, this is not supposed to be the right thing to do, using your own thinking, what is right and what is wrong. It is also not like this. Or it is also not a sets of, what do you call that, principle society, building society and a system. Meaning like, it is also not a set of rules to say, okay, now we all live in a society, so it should be like this and that, you know, the Malay live here, the Chinese live here, and then, you know, it is also not like that. Just simply, you know, or a set of rules in terms of doing business economy. Oh, okay, we can do business in that manner, in this manner. Okay, this is the right thing to do. This is also not like that. But Islam covers everything without exception. This is a very strong statement. What does it mean by saying Islam, it is a way of life, covers all aspects of life without exception? Do we know of any other religion on earth declare these kind of things? This is a very strong statement. Every single aspects of life, without exception. Meaning, from how to pray, which is the core of any religion, right? To do the worship, that is like the ultimate activities, right? Any religion, if they talk about worship, talk about ibadah, worship, how the rituals, that is like the wow, you know, the highest level. To the lowest activity, like what? Like what? What is the lowest activity that you can think of? Going to the toilet. Things that we don't talk about. Go to the toilet also have rules. How to go to toilet? Really? There are rules? Yes. Islam covers that. Even how to go to toilet. The manners to go to toilet. From the moment you were born, there were rules already. What to do with the newborn until you die. Covers every single thing. As an adult, the moment you open your eyes in the morning, Islam tells you what to do until you go back to sleep again. See? This is Islam, the way of life. Really, truly way of life. If you want to be good for yourself living in this world, you want to know the purpose of life, you follow the rules of Islam, you have a fruitful life. Fruitful life. You know what to do. Wow, everyone looks confused. Really? Yes, really. Anything. Anyone can think of a situation you want to ask what Islam says. Think, give me one situation. COVID-19. Oh, pandemic. What does Islam say? Islam has a solution. Can you imagine that? You don't believe me? It happens in the time of the Prophet ﷺ. He has pandemic, he has plague. So he told us what to do. The Prophet told us what to do during pandemic. All this lockdown, don't travel to somewhere else. Where did it come from? The Prophet himself. The Prophet said, if your area infected with pandemic, don't travel outside. And people who outside of the pandemic area, don't travel inside. The whole global practice this. From who? The Prophet. 1400 years ago, he said this. No kidding. Covering your mouth when you sneeze, when you cough. The Prophet said that. When you sneeze, cover your mouth. And the doctor says, put on your mask. The Prophet says so. When you sneeze, cover your mouth. The Prophet said, don't sneeze at the face of the people. The Prophet said. The Prophet said, 1400 years ago. Islam covers everything. Everything. From the moment you were born, we know what to do already. Open the book, you will know what to do. There is guideline. There are guidelines from the moment you were born. What to do. You chew some dates. The Prophet said, chew some dates. The father, and then take some of your saliva, put into the mouth of the child. Scientifically proven today. If there is some, what do you call it, sugar that goes into the newborn, it stimulates the brain. When you were born, on the 7th day, shave the head of the baby, give him a good name, don't give him a bad name. Give him good name, the Prophet said. Give him a good name. The child. Today you see so many crazy names, right? Crazy names. People call their child what? Crazy names. So many different names. You laugh, but there are people like this. Yeah. Why? They don't know what to do. But the Prophet said, give good names. Don't give bad names. Don't give names that is bad for. Because you're going to call him all the time. You call him, right? Don't call him chair. Don't call him pen. Don't call him iPhone. But today there are so many different weird names. Or don't give him very long name, right? 10 names combined. There are people doing that. What else? The Prophet said, shave the hair so that the new hair will grow on the 7th day. Circumcise the child on the 7th day, not at the age of 7. Sakit lah, painful. Sakit, sorry, painful. Right? Do you grow up? How do you deal with the urine of the child? Everything. Breastfed the child 2 years. Everything is commanded, guided. Don't feed him cola when he is only 6 months old. Breastfed. Today, you go anywhere, they said breastfeed the child, breastfeed, exclusive breastfeed. From where? From the Quran. Allah says in the Quran, breastfeed your child 2 years. Everything. In terms of transactions, I want to talk business because people want to talk about money, right? They like the investment, business. Rules also. The Prophet ﷺ told us how to deal with business. Business dealing. What is the permissible way? What is the prohibited way? What are the ways that you don't do it? You don't do this kind of ways. For example, you don't deal with riba, interest. Don't deal with interest. Today, all economists will tell you all the financial crisis happening because of what? Because the banks cannot control interest. Interest is a root evil. Don't do that. The Prophet said, don't do that. You want to deal between me and this brother, I want to sell something to you. Do it in an honest way. I don't cheat him, he don't cheat me. Tell him, I want to sell my car. Tell him what I have in my car. And if I have this brother, sorry, yeah. Yeah, interest. You know the bank interest? Very good. Okay, so the brother says, so why so bad about, interest? Like if I want to borrow money from you, you lend money from me, for me, I want to borrow 1,000 ringgit. Is it a must that you have to pay me back more if I borrow you 1,000. Is it a must you pay me back 2,000? Why can't you pay me back 1,000? Very good. So the brother said, "Oh, it's not fair. I give my 1,000 to you. You pay me back 1,000. Then it's not fair." Uh, in a way, you are right. And this is why in Islam we said you don't deal interest, meaning like you don't insist interest. You say, okay, I'm gonna to lend you 1,000 ringgit. You must pay me back 1,500. You cannot do that. But as a good gesture, you are a borrower, you should give a little bit more back. When you pay back someone, you should give a little bit more. But you cannot insist. The evil of interest, I don't have 1 hour to talk about it. If you you go to the maybe Google is the best, right? You will see it's the compounded effect, right? From even though it's 2%, but if I spread it out for 20 years, the 1,000 ringgit becomes crazy money. So that is the evil. That if you will not be able, it's very difficult for me to pay you back. Yeah, it's like I'm a slave to you after this. Yeah. So because the principles in Islam is if you want to borrow money, if you want to lend money to someone, you must have a good intention to help someone. It's not to make money out of it, you see. So, but I'm the bank. If that's the case, then how is the bank is going to make money? The bank can make money in a different way. Doesn't have to deal interest. You see, if you deal interest, then of course the bank will always be the winners. That's why we are the loser. Do you have any loan with the bank? If you have a loan with the bank, you ask anyone, they will say, I feel like I'm working for the bank. I'm not working for my company, I'm working for the bank, right? Because you feel like you are paying a lot and you keep paying. Even in the time of pandemic, you see, the banks still make money. They're not going to lose because they are going to even accumulate more and more. Their ways of making money is to make sure they make money out of interest, right? They want to make sure you always owe them. But in an Islamic bank, this is why if you see Islamic bank, this is a good topic also to talk about, because you see bank, there are the conventional bank, there are the Islamic bank. In the Islamic bank, they don't deal interest. What they do is they do it like a transaction. For example, if you want to buy a car, you go to the Islamic bank, they will not lend you money to buy the car. What the bank will do is they said, we will buy the car for 50,000 ringgit, for example, and sell it back to you for 80,000 ringgit, for example. It's like a transaction. Do you agree with it? Yes. So your selling price is fixed as 80,000. And you spread it across how many years you want to pay, for example? 10 years? 10 years it is. There is no compounding in fact. And this is why the 50% of the customer in Islamic bank are the not yet Muslims. Because they see the beauty of it. They know they will not become slaves to the bank. They know there is a timeline that they can pay back. And if they miss one of the payment, the Islamic bank will not charge you compounding interest. What they will do is they will only charge you a penalty. It's all fixed in the contract. They say, okay, if you miss one payment, they will charge you, say for example, 20 ringgit. I don't know. I'm just making this up because I don't have loans, so I don't know. So they will charge you a fixed penalty, they call it. But in a conventional bank, not only they will charge you a penalty, they will compound your last month payment into the next month, and then the interest will carry on. Will make you worse and worse. So you will pay more and more. So they'll make it as a transaction, Islamic bank. So there's a huge difference, So you, as a borrower, you'll be able to plan your financial to see how you can actually pay back, you know. In the case of conventional bank, if you have trouble, if suddenly you lose your job, for example, you may not be able to see the end of the tunnel. You don't know when are you going to finish paying your loan. So that's the interest part of it. Right? So even in the banks, you will see there's a Islamic bank and there is a conventional bank. Right? These Islamic banks is not just in Malaysia, it's around the world. And it is not just the Islamic bank, even the conventional bank like Standard Chartered Bank, Hong Kong, HSBC, they also have the Islamic bank, right? See, do you see that Islam covers the way of life? Even in bank dealings with banks, there are sets of rules, and they use the principles to set up Islamic bank. In every aspect of the conventional bank, starting from loan to bond to what else? Investment vehicles, unit trust, blah, blah, blah. The Islamic has the halal way, the permissible way. One is the non-permissible, the haram way, and we have the alternative, which is the halal way, the permissible way. You have the bond here, you have the sukuk here, you have the loan here, then you have the transaction here. You have the normal account that deal with interest. The Islamic bank offers the profit sharing account. So you put your money into the Islamic bank, they take your money and do transactions, investment, whatever. There's a profit sharing. You share the profit with the bank. You also share loss. You see? If they make a loss, you agree to share the loss as well. Right? So there is always that alternative. You have the insurance, which is not the permissible. Then you have the takaful, the alternative. I don't want to go into the details. If you're interested, you can go into the and analyze what is the difference between the normal insurance and the takaful. Looks the same, but they are different. So Islam covers every aspect of life. Dealing the transaction, just now I haven't finished yet. So me and my brother, we agreed, I'm going to sell the car to you, 50,000, for example. Oh, you agree. You haven't paid me back. You haven't paid me yet, right? Oh, but we agree. Suddenly this brother come. You know what? I heard you want to sell your car. 55, you offer me. This is haram. You see? The Prophet prohibit this. Even though he has not paid me. But we have agreed. You cannot come and jump queue. Or you come and offer. Why? Because then it will affect the relationship me and him. This is dishonest. Until he said no, then you can offer. Otherwise, you cannot come and say, hey, I give you 60,000, come. Give me lah. He offers 50, I give 60. You see, even the transactions, Islam tells us how to deal with transaction. The Prophet also prohibit the transactions of the future transaction. For example, you have a durian tree. You own a durian tree. I go to your durian. I said, your durian tree, no fruit yet. I want to buy the durian. When the durian comes up, 1,000 ringgit. I sapu semua, lump sum. I take all. You said, okay, 1,000. This transaction is haram. You cannot buy something that you cannot see. What if it doesn't bear? Or what if it bears and it's worth 5,000 ringgit? You see? Every transaction protects you and protects me. Protects the seller, protects the buyer. That's why gambling is haram. Right? So every transaction, it must be protection to the buyer and the seller. This is Islam. It's ethical. There are ways to deal with it. There are more. If I want to talk about it, it will take hours. Just to talk about the business transaction, it takes on. How to get married? Same thing. How to get married? How to choose a spouse? The Prophet told us. How to choose a spouse? He told us the criteria of choosing the spouse. How to get married? The marriage has pillars to make the marriage valid. First, it has to be man and woman. Cannot man and man. or woman and woman. Cannot be siblings also. I cannot marry my sister, for example. I cannot marry my mother, for example. I cannot even marry my mother-in-law, even after I divorce my wife. You see? Rules. Why? Because otherwise it becomes so messy, the relationship. Oh, I marry my wife, divorce her, we have a child, marry the mother-in-law, have another child. Can you imagine? Can someone draw the relationship? Can someone draw the how messy it is? Right? Islam prohibited that. You laugh, but it happens. You laugh, but it happens. It's not funny. But Islam protects, Islam has rules. The women must be married off by the wali, his father, her father. If the father not around, uncle, brother, no brother, no male at all. Okay, go to the court will decide. Why? Again, to protect the woman. Otherwise, what will happen? So many things can happen. The woman could be married already with a man. Oh, not happy with the man. Left the household. Meet another man. Oh, get married. You see or not? Right? So all these, there are rules to protect. Who? Protect both parties. Protect both parties. The woman and the man. And must be man and woman. Cannot man and girl. Not adult yet, ma. Or woman and boy. Not become adult yet. Yeah. See, there are rules how to get married. What else? Look around. You see, do yourself a favor. Look around. I told one of my friends, I remember, one of my colleagues. I asked him. I said, if you look around, go to the. I work in KLCC. You go to KLCC. I said, go to the food court. Look around. Can you tell, just from from outside, from the people, can you tell who are the Muslim and who are the non-Muslim? Can you tell? He said, yeah. The one that wear hijab, the man that has beard, you know. Oh, then I can tell Muslim, non-Muslim. Some women not wear hijab. Never mind. Then when they start talking, maybe they start Assalamu alaikum. Oi, you know Muslim already. Maybe he doesn't salam also. But when he looks for food, I like to talk about food, Malaysian, right? He look for what? Halal food. This one halal. This one got pork. Right? This one got alcohol. Right? He will ask before he put into his mouth. You see, you will see. In terms of food, there is a way of life. We don't eat whatever we want, everything halal. Or everything also cannot eat. Only breathe. Only drink water. No. There are people who said everything halal, right? Eat everything from the sky. Plastic don't eat lah. Cannot, right? Cannot digest. Islam, no. Eat the good ones only. Only the one that is good for you, you eat. Clothes, same thing. How do you wear clothes? Islam has a way of life. Teach you how to wear clothes. Right? How to cover yourself. Choose a job. Islam also teach you how to choose a job. If the company is doing scam, I like to talk about scam. Nowadays, hot topic, scam. Can we work there? No. But I'm only a clerk. What? Recently, if you read a news, one person, so kasian her, she got caught. Because she doesn't know, she thought it's just a normal job, and her job is just a clerk, doing print out and schedule meeting and all that. Apparently, the whole company is doing scam, and then the police come and raid, and then he got arrested. Same, see? So no, we don't associate ourselves with the illegal activities. Even though you're doing something very simple, nothing wrong. What else? Sports. Also, how do you do sports? How you sleep? How you take shower? How you go to toilet, relieve yourself? How you wash yourself after that? How you enter the toilet? How you come out from the toilet? When you are in the toilet, what are the do's and the don'ts? Do you know there are do's and don'ts in the toilet? You don't read the Quran in the toilet. Do you know that? You don't start. You don't. I'm memorizing this surah. I want to memorize in the. And then you're doing in the toilet. And then you're memorizing. No. But I'm reading the Quran. What's the problem? Even doing something good, there are places for that. When you are in the cemetery, what do you do? There are do's and don'ts in the cemetery, right? When you enter a cemetery, for example. When you die, you don't do that, but people know what to do with you when you die. How to wash you, how to pray unto you, bury you. You know when you die, you see? Every single aspect. Look at the schools. You have Islamic schools. And you have the non-Islamic school. Islamic schools, right? You have the Islamic school. What's the difference? Go and find out yourself, right? Economy, Islamic economy. Banking, Islamic banking. Food, Islamic food. Islamic clothing. We don't just simply put the word Islamic, you see? Because these are the rules. Divine rules. This is very important. Divine rules. The rules that came from God, not came from the Muslims sit down, all the scholars sit down and said, okay, what, we should be doing that, we should be doing that, this is good for us. No. It's all guided. Divine rules. Okay, let me continue this. Indeed, Almighty Allah has completed His favor upon Muslims by choosing Islam for them as their religion and a complete way of life, as the Quran states, this day I have perfected your religion for you, completed my favor upon you, and have chosen for you Islam as your religion. This is in Surah Al-Ma'idah, Surah number 5, verse number 3. So yes, this verse, Allah says on this day is what day? Is the day that the Prophet ﷺ performed his farewell Hajj. This verse was revealed on the day when the Prophet ﷺ was in Arafah actually. Sorry. What happened? So this verse was revealed when the Prophet ﷺ was in Arafah, his farewell pilgrimage, and it was one of the last verse revealed in the Quran. So Allah says He has perfected the religion for you and completed His favor upon us, and He has chosen Islam as our religion. So Islam is the way of life. So when all His favors was completed, meaning like all the rules and everything is, all the guidance has established, then Allah says this is the day that the religion is perfected. Nothing will be changed after that. So since then, more than 1,400 years ago until now, nothing has changed. The rules remains the same. It's practical. Islam is practical. If you want to practice Islam, you can practice Islam. So Islam is not just something for you to believe, but it's practical. The followers can practice the religion. especially the pillars, the core of the religion is being practiced since 1,400 years ago until today. There are 5 pillars of Islam. Anyone can tell me about this? 5 pillars of Islam. First question from me. Number 1, anyone? Because I see people start sleepy already, so I must ask question. Anyone? Nicholas is okay. Don't have to answer. First pillars of Islam. What is the first pillars of Islam? Nobody knows. Shahada, mashallah. Are you a Muslim? Not yet. Not yet Muslim. Answer the... What about the Muslim? Sleeping. Second pillar. Shahada means you declare your belief. You declare, I bear witness that none worthy to be worshipped except Allah. And I bear witness that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah, is the prophet of Allah. When you say these 2 statements, you become Muslim. As simple as that. You say this and you believe in it, you become Muslims. There is no exams, there is no, rituals to do anything. You say this, you become Muslims. You say it in Arabic, of course. Yeah. What is the second pillar? Sorry? Pray 5 times a day. Practical, no? Pray 5 times a day. Pray 5 times a day. Is it very difficult? Is it 1 hour per prayer? Is it? Is it 1 hour per prayer? No. Half an hour per prayer? No. What? 5 minutes? About 5 minutes. So easy. 5 minutes only. See, 5 minutes per prayer. About that. Combine these 5 prayers all together, it won't take you more than half an hour. Very simple. But can I pray 5 times? In the morning, I wake up, I pray 5 times. Why? Why? Cannot. Why? Very busy day today. My schedule is packed. I want to do 5 times one goal. Then I can free myself. Cannot. Why not? What's the problem? Sorry? Start small. Because every prayer has its time, right? But why? Why Allah puts time? Why don't just pray 5 times? Let us choose when you want to pray. Easy. So that throughout our days, we will take a break to remember Allah, to think about ourselves. What have we been doing, And prayers is actually a stopper of doing evil. Can you imagine if you decided today when you wake up, you decide, I'm going to rob the bank. Then you pray. After you pray, you say, okay, I'm going to go rob the bank. When you want to rob the bank, time for prayer also. Azan, Allahu Akbar. Wait, let's go pray first. Then you pray, then you come back. The bank almost closed already. But it's a stopper. Why? Because it makes you to reflect. Right? Your friend may say, we just pray lah. Hello. Now you want to go commit crime. We just pray. Right? See, it's it stops you from committing crime. And that's why doctor always give you antibiotics. Take twice a day. Every time take 2 pills, right? But the doctor never say, in the morning take 4 pills. Say, never mind, doctor, I take 4 pills in the morning. When you die faster, you take lah. Right. So it is for you to take a break. So that's the second pillar. What's the third pillar? Okay, now we're very confused. Someone said fasting. Someone said zakat. So which one is which? Zakat. Final answer? Zakat. You know, Google, Google answer. Fasting. Final answer. Fasting also, that one say. Fasting also. But Allah says, Aqimus salah wa atus zakah. Establish a prayer and pay the zakah. So third one is pay the zakah. What is zakah? Zakah is like the charity you pay to the poor every year, once a year. How many percent? What? 25? Someone said 25%. Wow, a lot of money. 2.5. 2.5 little bit only. OPR. Yes, 2.5% per year. If there's a condition, if you have savings. I make 1 million a year. I spend also 1 million a year. Do I need to pay zakat? I don't have money to pay. But I only save 100 ringgit. At the end of the year, I open my account, 100 ringgit only left. Do I need to pay 2.5 from the 100? Yes. No. Too little lah. 2.5, what? 100. 2 ringgit 50 cents. Never mind, keep it to yourself lah, brother. So there must be a limit. You must have a threshold. And also 1 year. Then only you pay 2.5. Fair or not? For who? For the poor. Always remember, zakat is not your money. Zakat belongs to the poor. So it's like Allah gives you the money to tell you, go and give to the poor. Okay? So if you use it, answer lah later. Okay? It's like, brother, you're going to meet him. Can you pass the money to him? You didn't pass. Guilty as charged. Correct. What's the fourth one? Fourth pillar. Fasting in the month of Ramadan. Coming soon, huh? Hey, less than 1 month. Coming soon. Nervous or not? Who is going to be the first time? First time fasting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, first time, huh? First time, I tell you my experience. First time, you are going to lose a lot of weight, man. Good news. Good news. Good news. Like you already skinny, difficult. Maybe reverse. Reverse uno, you will gain weight. Because not much weight like you. First time, you lose a lot of weight. And you feel very sleepy, like that. So my tips for you is, morning, drink a lot. And when you break your fast, drink lots of liquid. Liquid is very important. Otherwise, you get water. Liquid. Correct. Liquid, not water. The best, water. Drink a lot of water. So, fast in the month of Ramadan. How many days? 1 month only, Minimum 29 days, maximum 30 days. Only month of Ramadan. Every day from dawn to sunset. Meaning sunrise to sunset. Okay? Malaysia about 14 hours. Give and take lah. Left and right. Left and right for 14 hours, right? 14 hours. Okay? Cannot eat. Cannot drink. What else? Cannot smoke. Okay lah. Cannot? 3 things. Cannot eat, cannot drink, cannot have sex. Yeah. So must tahan. 3 things. Whoever just recently get married, good luck. All the best. All the best. Cannot. But it will not invalid your fast. It just. But what is the purpose of fasting? We have 5 minutes. Let's talk about it. What is the purpose of fasting? To lose weight. Anyone? To what? What is the purpose of fasting? Can anyone? No, it is mentioned in the Quran. Yeah, it's mentioned in the Quran. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, Allah says. So that you become righteous. So Allah says, fasting so that you become righteous. Wait. How? How not eating, not drinking, and not having sex can become righteous? Like that. How? Yeah. How? Homework for everyone. Go find out. To discipline, correct? Okay, discipline. Yeah, but how? How is not thinking, not eating is discipline? Sure. Uh, ah. Oh. So the sister says, when you don't eat, you don't drink, because you choose not to eat, not because you don't have food, you know? You understand or not? It's a huge difference that I don't have food, so I might as well fast, right? Then I have food, but I don't want to eat, right? When you choose to do that, you look at the lesser, someone poorer than you, then you're like, oh, you humble. Okay. If that's the case, then the poor no need to fast. Huh? Then how? Then the poor also need to fast. Then the poor then look at who? Huh? So how? Half, 50% correct. Anyone want to answer the other 50%? It's healthy. But how is being healthy can achieve righteous, You know what's righteous, brother? Like become morally good, How? Because God says when you fast, you will become righteous, become a good person. Yes, it's healthy, but how is healthiness become good? Yes. Self-control. We talk about discipline just now. Yes, very good. Yeah. Says yes, sister. Huh? Oh, same. Oh, that's very good. Same. My answer same as him. Last time when I young, I also used that. Huh? Sorry. Use the same trick also. My answer same. To obey what? Uh-huh. Ah, very good. Very good. You to do. Okay. Obedient. Ah, very good. So yes, the sister says. So yes, fasting is a choice, right? You want to be obedient to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, and this is why when you fast, you must always be reminded that I let go of something which is not a sin. You know that? Not because eating and drinking and having sex with your spouse is not a sin, right? But you let go of something which is not sinful for the sake of Allah. So when you are fasting, more so you shouldn't be doing sinful things, right? So when you want to steal, but I'm fasting. Or lazy, like I don't want to pray, but I'm fasting. What's the point if I fast but I don't pray? You see? See, this is a great reminder that when you are fasting, you should be doing all the things that you're supposed to do and also stay away from the things that you're not supposed to do. Because why? You refrain yourself from something which is permissible. You see? By doing that for 30 days, inshallah, you become righteous. When you get out from Ramadan, when you exit Ramadan, you become someone who always pray 5 times a day. You become someone who always do the good things. And you become always someone who stay away from bad things. And this is why the Prophet ﷺ told us, when you are fasting, someone wants to pick a fight with you. Like, wow, brother, you tell yourself, Inni sa'im, he said, I am fasting, I'm fasting. I don't want to pick a fight with you. I'm fasting, I don't want to pick a fight. And the Prophet ﷺ also told us, there is no point for you to talk bad things while you are fasting. You know how we gossip. Like, hey, that brother, no use one. Useless one, that brother. Like that. You don't do that when you're fasting. Control your tongue. No point. You have to do that. And this is why, if you do that for 30 days, when you exit Ramadan, inshallah, all your sins will be forgiven and you will be like a newborn. And this is why the celebration is called what? Eid al-Fitr. Eid al-Fitr is what? The celebrations of Fitr. What is Fitr? Fitra is the state when you were born, newborn, Fitra, sinless. You celebrate, you are sinless. So if you don't do that, you just sleep throughout your fasting and then you gossip. Yes, you may lose 20 kg, like a stick man, right? What's the point? There is no point. There is no Eid al-Fitri for you. There is no, the Malay says, tak puasa, tak ada raya lah. Kan? The Malay said, no fasting, no raya, no celebration. True. If you don't fast the way that you are supposed, the purpose of fasting, you don't achieve the purpose of fasting, there is no celebration. Why are you be feeling happy? You shouldn't feel happy. You should feel sad. Going through all the hunger and thirst for nothing. That's fasting. It's 12 o'clock already. The last one is what? The last pillar. Hajj. Perform Hajj. Every year, right? Yes, no. Huh? No? What? Sorry, what? Once a lifetime. Oh, okay. Yeah, once in a lifetime. Only once in a lifetime. This is like the ultimate rituals. Yeah, impossible? Why not? If possible, yes. Oh, very good, the brother says. If possible. What do you mean by if possible? You need to be healthy. You need to have the money. Today, we have the third one. You need to have the quota. No quota cannot go. So, if possible. If you are not healthy, you are exempted from going. If you don't have money, you are also exempted from going. But once in a lifetime. Okay? Hajj is once. So if you look at the 5 pillars of Islam, all are practical. You can do. This is why Islam is a way of life. It's not something that you just believe in it. You can actually practice it. The 1 and the 2, the first and the second, is a daily obligation, daily pillars. Shahada, you do it in your salah. You do 5 times a prayer. You also, in the tashahud, you say, Ashhadu alla ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Right? The first and the second, you do it every day. The third and the fourth, you do it yearly. You fast and you pay zakat yearly. And the last one, you do it once in a lifetime. If you do all this, the Prophet said, Allah promised us Jannah. Do it sincerely for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do it sincerely for God. Not just do it for, tell people, I've done all 5 lah. You can do or not? No. You do it for the sake of Allah. Meaning what? When you are fasting, even though you are at home alone, you don't drink. Because you know Allah sees you. You're doing it for the sake of Allah. So, last paragraph, once when one of the polytheists sarcastically said to one of the Sahaba, his name is Salman al-Farasi. Salman Farasi is one of the great companions. I strongly recommend you Google him and read about his story. He is the one who has changed many religions because he wanted to seek the truth, and eventually he became Muslims. He said to Salman, your prophet has taught you everything, even the proper manner of defecating, meaning like, hey, Islam covers everything, even how to urinate. Yes, he said proudly. He said, yes, indeed. And eventually Salman demonstrated to him how to urinate and how to clean yourself. So yes, like I mentioned, covers from the highest, all the rituals, to the lowest, like going to the toilet. Islam covers every single thing. So with this, I end the session. If you have any questions, you can ask. Oh, I have one question. Yeah, sorry. Please inform class about reversion letter to people taking Shahada. Ask class to stay for it. Oh, here you go. The second level. After, okay. There will be a reversion. So for those who have not seen how people become Muslims, right? After the second class, which is about 1 o'clock, there will be two persons who will be becoming Muslims here. So if you want to witness, please stay put. Okay, stay put, stay for the second class, and then you will witness the Shahada, the reversion session. Any questions? No question. No question, huh? Very good. Thank you very much for being nice to me. Thank you for paying attention. Okay, then let's end the class. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No, you have question. Allah. When you want to end, and he said, no.
The question is, before, how do I able to start my puasa on the first day?
Huh?
My challenge is I don't know how to prepare myself for my first
Ramadan. Oh, your first Ramadan or first puasa?
First puasa.
Oh, but you are veteran, huh? So the brother asked a question on behalf of the newly delivered. How do I prepare myself for the first Ramadan? Whatever you want to do in Islam, okay? If you're not yet Muslim, say your Shahada first, so that you start your fasting perfectly. Why? There is no point taking an exam if you have not enrolled in the class. You know? So enroll in the class first. Then go for the exam. Right? Then you score 100 points, you get certificate, right? Otherwise, you score 100 points, no certificate, because you didn't enroll. So say your Shahada first. So once you have become Muslims, then the first thing you want to prepare your first fasting is to purify your intention. What am I doing this for? Your intention. Always check your intention, even for the seasoned Muslim. Before we enter Ramadan, check our intention. What am I doing this for? Is this just another routine I have to go through because I'm forced to do it? Check your intention, purify your intention. And the best way to purify your intention is to ask Allah. Because no one controls your heart except Allah. So ask Allah to purify your intention. Make your Ramadan to be one of the best Ramadan. If this is not your first time, then ask Allah to make this Ramadan better than the last Ramadan. Okay? Then, practically, make a plan. Draw up a plan. Especially you are the first timer, draw up a plan, what time you want to wake up for your pre-dawn meal, what you are going to do. If you don't, first timer, I assume you don't know how to read the Quran, then maybe you want to read the translation, read a bit, one page. Don't make say, oh, I want to read the whole Quran, in 30 days. If you can do it, mashallah. If you cannot do it, say, I want to read one page a day. And like I said last week, continue after that. After Ramadan, don't just close your Quran and put it in the shelf and wait for the next Ramadan. Quran doesn't belong only during the month of Ramadan, right? So continue. So one page a day, definitely you cannot finish, then continue after Ramadan. So make a practical plan. Same thing when you breakfast, make a meal plan. Don't try to eat too much. First time, normally our mistake is we see whatever we see we want. We buy. Then you eat a little bit, then you're full already, like the pregnant woman, right? Everything want to eat, but eat a little bit, don't want to eat already. So plan your meal. Make sure it's a lot of fiber, a lot of liquid, so that it's easy for you to digest. And then after you breakfast, what do you do? What do you want to do? So the best thing is make sure, the new Muslim especially, make sure Ramadan is the best time for you to pray 5 times a day. To start learning how to pray 5 times a day. That's the best time. Right? Yeah, that's the very best time. And then join the Tarawih if you can. Tarawih means the optional prayer. You go to the masjid or you can come here. I think we also do Tarawih. If you can do. If you cannot do, it's okay. It's optional. Right? And try to be with the people who encourage you to do good things. Ramadan, a lot of people will try to do a lot of charity activities and whatever. Join them. Join the effort. Volunteer yourself. Right? Help others. Help others, help the poor, like the sister said. Help the poor. You see poor people, they don't even have food to breakfast, for example. Buy food for them. The Prophet ﷺ told us, the one who feeds someone to breakfast, you will get the reward of the fasting person without stealing his reward also. So you get reward, you also get his reward because you feed him to breakfast. So that's why you see during Ramadan, a lot of people there sponsor a lot of breaking fast. So make plans. Right?
What about wake up late?
You wake up late. Oh, yes, brother, you have. Yeah. Okay. If you wake up already 10 o'clock, first you are late for work. So you wake up late, then too bad lah. You didn't eat the pre-dawn meal lah. Then you just continue to fast lah. What can you do? Of course, you fast. You fast. Yeah. Yes, brother. So the brother asked a very good question. He said, "Isn't a bit hypothetical that you only sponsor meal during Ramadan just to get the reward?" Well, the reward is not from the person. You are hoping reward from God. Yeah. Actually, whatever we do, we are trying to get the to get the pleasure from God, so that He is pleased with us. So we are not getting the reward from, like, I help you do something. Hey, I want you to give me something. No. Yeah. We are asking the pleasure of God. At the same time, it also encourages us to be humble. So this action will soften your heart. So like I say, it's not just in the month of Ramadan. So if you do this in the month of Ramadan, after you exit Ramadan, you will also have that kind of habit. So I always say this, doing good things can be addictive, just like doing bad things. So try to make yourself addictive to doing good things. Because there are people who are addicted to doing bad things, right? So actually doing good things can be addictive. Yeah, seriously. So try to be addictive. So whatever we're trying to do, all the good things that we're trying to do during the month of Ramadan, inshallah will carry yourself, you will continue. You make yourself, you want to do more and do more. Okay? Any other questions? I really have to end. Okay. Yes, sister. Last questions. Oh, it's not a question. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Do the solar. Then you solar, right? And then only you come back and have your full meal. So
Yes.
that helps a lot.
Correct.
Really helps a lot.
Correct.
Yeah. So it gives you the energy to continue to do your Tarawih, inshallah. So I just wanted to share that.
Very good. Thank you very much. Jazakallah khairan. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is also the way of the Prophet. He would eat something first, drink, and then he'll pray Maghrib, and then he'll come back and take a full meal. So that is also a way. Yep. If you can do that, that will be the best. Yep. Then it can help you to not eat too much also. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Oh, lama. The Ustad is waiting for next class already. Okay.
Is it okay during puasa when I watch TikTok?
You what? Sorry?
Social TikTok.
Social TikTok. Okay. Is it okay to do TikTok when you are fasting? You will not break your fast, definitely. Yeah. But try to do something useful. Useful for yourself. Okay? If you want to do the TikTok, but the TikTok is talking about Islam, why not? Or you read Quran. But I always think, all this social media, you have to be really careful. Why? Because of this like button. Are you doing this for the sake of Allah, or you're doing for likes? So be careful. I don't have social media. Because it goes against our teaching of Islam. When you want to do something good, you want to keep it between you and Allah. And to get likes, get praise, like, wow, mashallah, his recitation, so mishari, Then you start to feel proud. Yeah, I think a little bit also. Like that. So, see? Correct or not? Okay, I really have to go. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik.